Well, good morning, all of my friends. Welcome to my channel. And we're reading Judges chapter 14. We're going to hear all about Samson and his wife and the Philistines and so forth. So this ought to be good, okay? Kills a lion, the marriage feast, his riddle, he slays 30 Philistines. Now, I've heard it said that this is also a sort of a precursor to Christ coming. Like, I forget the right term for it, but anyway, just sort of a I'll just leave it at that. Okay. As we're going through this season, and I know that many of you think the same way that I do, that knowing that this really isn't Christ's birthday, but the Jews believe that it's possibly his conception day, which then they therefore think they feel that when you were conceived, that's really your birthday, which I kind of like that. Anyway. So I was thinking, Jesus is the light of the world. So when you see all the Christmas lights and everything like that, that could be, something that would help you, think of him and just to show his character, through yourself to others. I think would be a really, good thing to do, of course. Yeah, anyway, I earlier this morning, sort of revisited Ron Wyatt's discoveries in his journeys and in Israel, him finding certain artifacts of like the mercy seat and all of the artifacts that were in the temple that was carried from place to place that we just read about. Apparently Ron Wyatt discovered the grotto where these things were hidden, because when Jesus was crucified, all of the things that the Pharisees and Sadducees in the temple that they had was man-made. It wasn't the original artifacts. And so anyway, whether you believe him or not, I find him to be very credible. I have no reason not to believe what he has to say. And he does show proof of things that that he actually saw blood on the mercy seat. Anyway, a really good YouTube thing to watch. He has a series of YouTube videos of him discovering Sodom and Gomorrah, discovering Mount Sinai and the rock that the water came from. He asked the Lord to show him all of these things, and finding the real tomb of Jesus, and so forth. So he and his family did this. I think he was out of Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those states, yeah, so you could check it out for yourself. Anyway, okay, that's on YouTube. Ron Wyatt. And let me know what you think about it. Okay, so chapter 14. And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and he told his father and mother and said, I've seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me to wife. They did things a little differently back then. Okay. Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? I mean, couldn't you find somebody better? Okay, in other words. And Samson said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. She must have been a looker. Okay, so But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord. And he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. So they must have been in captivity or so, or humbled. Yeah, somehow. Okay. And then Samson went down, and his father and his mother, to Temath, and came to the vineyards of Temath, and behold, a young lion roared against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid, a goat, a lamb, goat, okay? And and he would have rent a kid as he would have rent a kid. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father nor his mother what he had done. So the Holy Spirit came upon him, and he had tremendous strength to just rip a lion apart with his bare hands. And he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took therefore in his hands, and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and he gave them, and they did to eat. But he told them not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So his father went down into the woman, and Samson made there a feast, for so as the young men used to do. And it came to pass that when they saw him, that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said unto them, I will now put forth a riddle unto you. If you can certainly declare it to me within 7 days of the feast, and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 changes of garments. But if you can't declare it to me, then you will give me 30 sheets and 30 changes of garments. And they said to him, all right, put forth the riddle that we may hear it. And he said unto them, out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. And they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. And it came to pass that on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have you called us to take what we have? Is it not so? And Samson's wife wept before him, and said, thou dost but hate me, and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people, and hast not told it to me. And he said unto her, behold, I have not told it to my father nor my mother, and shall I tell it to thee? And she wept before him in 7 days, while their feast lasted. And it came to pass that on the 7th day that he told her, because she lay sore upon him, and she told the riddle to the children of her people. And the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye have not plowed with my heifer, you have not found out my riddle. And the Holy Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he went down to Ashkelon, and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and had change of garments unto them, which expounded the riddle. And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, whom he had used as his friend. Okay, see if I have any time to finish.